There are those who would call this cavalry, but nope, this is cavalry, at least so far as Fort Lowell Day is concerned. There are those who call this a playground, and it is now, but it used to be the parade ground of the old Fort Lowell complex. It was a military parade ground more than 140 years ago when the 4th U.S. Cavalry Regiment was posted to duty at Fort Lowell to protect Tucson from the Apaches. On the second Saturday of each year for the celebration of Fort Lowell Day, the parade ground again echoes to the hoofbeats of history. B Troop's home today is Fort Huachuca in Cochise County, Arizona. B Troop's members come from the ranks of active duty soldiers, retired soldiers, military dependents, and interested civilians. Constant military reassignments make for a challenge to keep the troopers' ranks filled. Each week, modern soldiers put aside computer-controlled weapon systems and take up the weapon systems of the 19th century for training and practice. Several times a year, B Troop hosts cavalry competitions to grade and rate progress among the troopers. Competitions include saber tactics, competition also includes pistols. Try hitting a balloon flailing in the breeze from the back of a cantering horse. This takes practice. But in the end, for the people of B Troop, it all pays off.
It's just fun. I mean, riding a horse is fun. I don't think there's any other way to explain it. I mean, you create a special bond with a horse, and then you just go out and ride and have fun.
It's one of the only places in the United States, probably in the world, that you can come out and do something like this. And yes, it's voluntary, but it's technically free. You pay in your labor and your training, and it's something just completely unique and different.
Yeah, how do you learn this? I mean, the cavalry manuals went out of style after World War I.
So we actually have 1886 cavalry manuals. It's an actual B Troop manual. I have a copy in my shed. And so that's what we've referenced. This morning, actually, we referenced the proper procedures to do a moulinet. And it was inside the manual. We were having an argument about it. And so we still look at that. And so from a historical perspective, we try to be as historically accurate to 1886 as possible. B Troop, who spent some time at Fort Lowell as well. And so
yeah, and we do a 3-month cavalry school. So there's 2 phases of that. There's testing, there's training. And you have to pass that to become a trooper. Once you're a trooper, typically 2 to 3 times a week we have practice to train, and that's where we hone these skills that you saw out on the field today.
And where does the money come to support this?
It comes from USACO, the Intel Center of Excellence, so here on Fort Huachuca, so that's where the money comes from, the funding.
Yep, they foot the bill for us.
So it's Army funded.
B Troop is a regular and popular guest at the annual Fort Lowell Day event, though this year the pandemic forced its cancellation, so B Troop won't be with us. We look forward to the day when we can host B Troop in 2022 up close and personal.